time when we go to Wismo, where's my order, it will automatically send texts when you're running late.
Right. We are on shift right now.
So my first week working as a Tesco delivery driver back in August 2022. I forgot this footage even existed, but I remember when I got the job, I was like, let me just vlog this because I knew I wasn't going to be there for a long time.
This life is weird. This feels weird doing this, man. But it's all for research purposes at the end of the day. It's all for research purposes.
I ended up staying there for 3 months. And this is a classic example of 1 foot in, 1 foot out. You know, I never intended on fully changing my life at this point. If you guys have been following me since, 2020 days, you'd know around this time, I was never really in the country anyway. And that didn't change while I was at work. So we've got a little mini series here and you guys can see exactly how that unfolded. Can't believe I found this footage, man. But in this episode, bruv, I do my induction training to be a Tesco delivery driver. I get put on a buddy shift with a man whose name I can't remember, but he is a legend.
I'm on a buddy drive with cool guy. I'll try to show you, man, him. But yeah, man.
He was my uncle when I was at that workplace, bro. He gave me some life-changing wisdom. He tells a shocking story about how his $45,000 house was taken from him by his ex's mother who had a child who wasn't his.
Oh, my God. And how old were you when this happened?
I was in my 20s.
And you had no papers for the house? Your name weren't on it?
You guys get to see my first impressions of having a job after not having a job for years. When I was 16, I worked at View Cinemas and I worked at McDonald's, and since then, I did not work until this point. And a part of me wanted to go legit at this time, but I treated it more like an experiment. Kind of what I did at my delivery job that I started in mid-2024. I'd planned to work this job, save all of the money I made from that job, and invest it, flip it into something. I even went as far as buying a pedal bike that I rode to work whenever I was working to save money.
Riding to work? I never thought I'd be saying that, man.
Yeah, I was fully committed. But please leave a like on the video, guys. Let's get that out of the way, and I hope you enjoy.
Literally. Simple as.
Just can't be bothered. She was traffic for 2 hours.
So here we're just on the buddy shift, like first buddy shift. I've not driven by myself yet, and they pair me with this cool uncle, bruv. And he told me a lot of things, man. He even told me, because we was on shift, what else are we gonna do? We're just talking all the time. As soon as we left the depot, he asked me if I smoke. He's doing his roll up. He gave me a roll up and was smoking straight away in the van as soon as we left the depot. While I was working at Tesco, later on after a month, I was just doing my shifts off hash, bro. I was just high off hash during all of my shifts, bro. Don't recommend it though. That is not cool, guys.
I deal with this woman and her mom, yeah, in St. Martin. The house was done, everything is done. I spent $45,000
Okay.
to build the house.
US?
Yeah.
Sure.
With the mom. And then the mom came in our bedroom while me and her pull up there doing our thing. The mom just opened the bedroom door.
Oh, while you and then what?
Yeah, while I'm cooking the cookie.
Yeah. Yeah, I got that.
Yeah. Fuck's sake, mom, what are you doing? That's our bedroom.
Yeah.
And she tell the daughter she don't want me there. Well, if you don't want him there, you'll have to give him his money back.
Yeah.
But it was a good reason for her because the mom knew she would not be able to pay me back.
Okay.
The amount of money I put in the property. So what's the best way to get rid of me? By asking me to leave.
Oh my God. And how old were you when this happened?
I was in my 20s.
And you had no papers for the house? Your name weren't on it?
I didn't want it. All I was after is being happy and making her daughter happy. And the worst thing is her daughter gave me a son that was not mine.
Oh no.
Bruv, yes, you heard correctly, bro. This story is mad. It gives me a lot of wisdom. You know, I mean, I'd like to think I would never make that mistake, but love is a serious thing, bro. And it's, oh my God.
If you mind going into about that.
No, I knew he was not my son.
Oh, from when he came out, you knew he wasn't?
Yeah. Because she told me.
Oh, she told you?
Yeah.
Bruv, yes.
And there are people have said to me, what do you mean it's not your child? I said, no, it's not my son. What? They said, are you mad? And you look after this boy like he was yours? Yeah.
Whoa.
He said, no, you're damn good. I said, yeah, that is life. Life, you have to look after the little ones. You cannot let the little ones suffer over people's stupidity, especially the dads that will not take their responsibility. That child will grow up and know you more as a dad than them. Life, things happen in life. Don't let it bother you. I tell her I'm cool. Shut up. I tell her I'm cool with it, yeah? So please, don't make it a problem for you. It's up to me if I want to stay or if I want to go. Right, let's try and deliver this one, man, because otherwise...
Calm down a bit. It's calm down a bit.
But what's the lesson we can take from that, guys? Nice guys always finish last. That was absolutely terrible. But remember, he's from St. Martin. He's from an island, bro. You know, it's different out there, bro. These things happen all the time. All right, these things happen all the time in London, for God's sake. But let me get back in my chair, bro. Oh, my days. And he opened up to me further. You know, he spoke to me more. He told me how his daughter's a lesbian. Before he told me that, he asked me if I have a problem with it. And I said, bro, honestly, I don't care, bruv. And for me at that age, because I was like 20 at the time, for me, maybe like 21. Nah, I can't have been 21. I was definitely 20 because when I was 21, I was in Vegas and all of that. Now, you know what? I think I was 20 at the time. I was 20. And it was a lot for me to hear like, yo, being around people who have to do this job to provide. Obviously, now I'm older. I understand that. At the time, I didn't understand that because my life was very different. And just connecting with people normally, bro. You know, not just throwing money at things. It was an eye-opener for me. And I was having fun on the job for the first like couple of weeks until after that, I just called in sick at 4 a.m. every single time. But it was fun, man. It was fun.
I can't be bothered. It's raining.
Right. Back in the truck. Proper things there.
Yeah, man. What?
Make sure I left nothing in there. Right, so I've just finished my training called Uzbel, I think it was called. Training where they just taught us about the deliveries and stuff like that. I'm outside Tesco right now, just waiting for my cab, which I booked to. I'm waiting for my cab, which I booked to take me to Halfords. And that's good. And at Halfords, I've got my collection at 2:30. And at 2:30, I've got my collection at Halfords where I'm gonna pick up my bike, my new pedal bike, and I'm gonna ride to work every day. Getting shape, man. Why the fuck not? You know the funniest thing? Every single person in there was complaining about how broke they are, but they've all got cars. They've all got cars. There was one guy who was like 35, who was complaining how broke he is. He's in a 19-plate car, 19-plate Merc. Doesn't make sense. That proves it's just that guy in there. That guy coming out of there right now. He was complaining about how poor he is and stuff like that. And he only lives in Hounslow. He could just take the train here, or he doesn't need to have a car. You understand what I'm saying? So, yeah, it's just about money management at the end of the day. That's all it is. It's not about how much you make. It's about how you manage it. And that's what I'm gonna prove to you guys. I'm gonna prove to you guys that I can get rich. I'm gonna prove to you that you can get rich legally, bro, in a normal job like this. Never thought you'd see me here, but anyway. Bolt's taking the piss. It's about a 15-minute wait for my cab. And do you wanna know one weird thing about this place is it's made me fully understand what Andrew Tate means when he says being trapped in the Matrix, because even one of the rules, which is so stupid, you can go up 5 flights of stairs, you can go in any building but there's a rule that if you go into an office building, that you can't go up there. Even if it has a lift, you can't go up there. And that doesn't make any sense when you can deliver to a building with only stairs and go up to the 7th floor. It doesn't make sense. And that made me look deeper into it. And I just think, wow, why would they not want you going into office buildings? Because if you go into an office building, you can see, you might go to an office regularly, build a relationship with someone who's a lawyer or an accountant or something like that. And then they might help you realize what you're doing and that you're trapped in a vicious cycle. But it's sad because these people, they're going to be stuck in the Matrix. They're stuck. They're going to be stuck in there for a long, long time. Forever. For their whole lives, they're going to be stuck in there because they just can't see the light. I even tried to bring that up when he spoke about it. I said, yo, like, do you not see the deeper meaning behind this? Maybe I am crazy. And it made me start to think, maybe I am crazy, but I'm not crazy. Because there's only one reason why they would do that. It's to keep the morale of the employees down, to keep you thinking that this is all there is, this is all you can do, that you're not qualified to do anything else. Because when you're talking to people who are successful and you realize they're just like us, they just think differently, that can open your eyes to make you leave the matrix, and I don't think they want you to see that. So it's really kind of eye-opening. I can't lie to you. I've even got wired headphones to try and blend in, because I'm trying to blend in fully. That's why I don't do a lot of talking, because listening to people talk when you have an understanding of how the world works is hard. It's much like going back into this work environment for the first, it's been like 4 years since I last had a job. So going back into it is weird hearing people, how they speak and how they view life, when I've traveled so much, when I've done so many things, and I know there's so much more to life. But these guys, they're just narrow-minded. All they can talk about is what is on the news. They can't get deep into topics. It's like their brains won't allow them to do that. So it really does feel like once you not even leave the matrix necessarily, but once you have an understanding of how the system's all fucked, it's very, very hard to interact with normal people. That's why I say, like, people who aren't aware, it's very, very hard to, because you can't have conversations with them, because they want to talk about cost of living crisis, all that stuff. Oh, it's going to be so hard. And you just want to say, listen, it's not their fault. It's up top's fault. This was all organized because of this pandemic, all of that. Oh, but where I'm at. You just can't have a conversation with these people. And it's weird. It's very strange. It's strange as fuck. Because look at this, even this car here. These cars here, owned by people who work here. They're just trapping themselves in it. Because they're probably realistically on the wage here, you're financing this car. You earn people here who are here full-time after tax, they make about $2,000 a month. You don't have the money to put down a large deposit. So let's be so honest with you. You're probably paying about £600-700 a month for this car, probably. Maybe less than that. But still, that's over a quarter of your wage. And then rent in London, you get what I'm saying? People are trapped in the matrix.
All of these things were going through my mind. But after having conversations with people, I was just confused. I was just thinking, bruv, come on, like, everybody here is in this position. I know life be lifing sometimes, you know what I mean? People have responsibilities. But back then I didn't fully deep it. I just thought, bruv, like, everyone here is complaining about being poor, like, and you guys all drive nice cars, like, what the hell? And I wanted to prove a point kind of to myself and just be like, I'm gonna go get a pedal bike, you know?
Right, so the bike's been cocked. The bike has been got from Alfred. You know what I'm saying? Obviously we broke, so we use Klarna credit. But yeah, I realized very quickly for the 15 minutes I've had this bike is that people on bikes are not rated at all on the road. And I showed them a lot of respect. But yeah, let me get home.
And then it was Carnival, bro. It was Carnival. That was probably one of my best carnivals, and you lot wouldn't believe it. At Carnival, I saw like 3 people that I worked with at the depot. It's mad. I'd only done a couple days at the depot, but I'm seeing these men at Carnival. Because my uncle of the workplace, when he was talking to me, said, you going Carnival? I'm like, for sure. And then we didn't think we'd see each other, and we just ran into each other randomly. He randomly sees me, salutes me, gives me a spud and that. Like, bro, it was crazy.
First Carney in 3 years. I got my Grenada flag on me and that. You know what I'm saying? Represent. About to shut it down.
Saw another guy who could barely speak English at Carney as well. I saw, like, bruv, it was a crazy link up, you know what I mean? And at the same time, I'm there with my guys. I'm there with like 20 man. And they're like, how do you know these man? And I'm having to style it out because none of the man them knew I was working at the time. Like, nobody knew this. And these man were none the wiser because to them, I'm still living the same, you know what I mean?
Right, guys, we're up on the cycle path. Riding to work. I never thought I'd be saying that, man. Riding to work. I hate this track. Honestly, I hate it. So many fucking tramps, nitties, people blocking the path. And I get it's a shared path, but I fucking hate it. It's still fucking annoying, bro. You got these boat people standing out there. Just not nice. I'm saying there's no reason for me to be here. Only because it's the quickest way to work on the pedal bike. Which, fair enough. But look. Yeah, man, it's ridiculous, but we're about to get to work. At work, it is the last training day for me. Then after that, apparently I'm out on my own, I guess. Yeah. Shit, tight gap here. Let me make sure I don't write off. One issue I've been yet to address is how I'm going to use my first paycheck to make more money. Still don't know how I'm going to do that. Still need to sit down, brainstorm and think about how I'm going to do that and be smart about it. I could just follow the crypto patterns, like when crypto goes down, just go buy back in, but I could do that. That's boring. Need to figure out a proper way. The goal is to have a studio at the end of this. That is the goal. That's the goal, but in 6 months, damn, let's see if we can do it.
But anyway, that was my first week working at Tesco, and it was a humbling experience. I enjoyed it. It was fun. The money was good. And to be honest with you guys, I recommend that you go, if you want an easy, cushy job, bro. I'm not sure it's the same because jobs get worse over time. But supermarket delivery driver, I can vouch for Tesco, bro. That job was easy as hell, bro. No stress. They tell you, take your time. They get onto you if you go over the speed limit, bro. It was peaceful as hell. Everyone there was chill. I didn't realize how good I had it. I didn't realize how bad delivery jobs could get until the job that I got in mid-2024. You know, leave a like if you enjoy this video, you know, because there's going to be more coming. Hopefully you do, because I'm not going to be here to regulate it. This stuff's on auto post. But yeah, I'll see you guys tomorrow. Peace and love to every single one of you guys watching.